Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the TIN2 form, a form issued by the Internal Revenue Commission of Papua New Guinea. Now, this form, the TIN2 form, it's used for tax registration purposes, specifically for individuals who are self-employed or running a small business and not registered as a company. So if you're a sole trader, landlord, freelancer, or a market vendor, this video is for you. Now, in this video, I'll explain who should apply for the TIN2 and under what circumstances you should apply for the TIN2. And most importantly, I'll walk you through a step-by-step guide on how to fill out the form, just with simple explanations. So if you've been confused about the TIN2 form, this is your chance. Stay till the end of this video to find out more. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, the TIN2 form is for individuals who are earning income on their own business or side hustle, but are not registered as a company. Now, this includes sole traders, small business owners like PNV operators, canteen owners, just to name a few. And it also applies to landlords earning rental income and contractors or consultants offering services. Now, if you under any of the category I mentioned and you're making income above the tax threshold, then I think this form is for you. So basically, if you're doing business under your own name and you earning income above the tax threshold, then you are likely to fill the TIN2 form. So now you know who the TIN2 form is for. The next important question is, when should you actually apply for it? Now, let's look at common situations or requirements that means it's actually time to submit your TIN2 form. Now, before we move on, thank you very much for watching this far, and please consider liking this content and subscribing to PNG Tax Facts for more practical tax tips. So yes, let's move on. You should apply for a TIN when you start earning business income or rental income under your own name. It's also important to apply if the IRC, the IPA, or even the bank asks you to provide a TIN. This is often the case when you're doing official business. You'll also need a TIN2 when registering a business name with the IPA or opening a business bank account. If you plan on applying for government tenders or contracts, having a TIN2 is a must. And finally, if you're required to submit GST or income tax returns, you need to have your TIN2 in place. Now that you know when you should apply for the TIN2 form, let's go through the most important part, how to actually fill it out. I'll walk you through each section of the form step by step, so you know exactly what to write and what documents to include. Now, before we go into the full form, take note of this. Any section in the TIN2 form that's highlighted in yellow is mandatory. These are the parts required to fill out. Make sure you don't skip any of them or your application could be delayed. Now, right at the top of the form, you'll see 4 check boxes. Okay, this tells the IRC what kind of request you're making. You should tick only one depending on your situation. Let's go through them one by one. Okay, now the first one is register an individual as a taxpayer. Okay, you should tick this box if you are applying for a TIN for the first time. Okay, this is the most common option and should be selected if you are a new taxpayer. Okay, maybe you've started a small business, you're earning rental income, or you are working as a freelancer. If you have never had a TIN before, this is the option for you. Now move on to number 2. Okay, change contact or other registration details for an individual. Okay, this is for people who already have a TIN but need to update their personal or business information. For example, if your address, phone number, or business activity has changed, you would tick this box. Now moving on to number 3, close an individual taxpayer file. Okay, use this option if the person no longer needs a TIN. Okay, this could be because the owner has passed away, and it could be submitted by a representative. But if this is not the case for the business owner and the business is closed down and the owner doesn't need a TIN anymore, then option 3 should be ticked. Close an individual taxpayer file. Okay, moving on to number 4, request a reprint of TIN certificate. Okay, if you have lost your TIN certificate or it's damaged, you can tick this box to request a reprint. Okay, your details stay the same, you are just asking for a copy. Okay, I think this part is done. Just a friendly reminder, if you're a new applicant, be sure to tick register an individual as a taxpayer. Okay, this tells the IRC to open a new tax file for you and issue you a TIN certificate. Now let's go through the full name and address of applicant section of the TIN form. Okay, these are the areas highlighted in yellow, which means they are mandatory and must be filled clearly. I'll take you through them one by one. Okay, first you'll see the boxes for last name, first name, and middle name. Okay, here write your legal full name exactly as it appears on your ID or birth certificate. Okay, start with your surname or last name, then your first name, followed by any middle name. Now, the middle name is not really necessary, but if you have a middle name on your legal ID, then you can include it. But if you have your first name and your surname on your legal ID or birth certificate, then include that in the TIN form. Okay, and now this helps the IRC ensure your TIN is registered correctly under your legal identity. Okay, now the next one is, next you'll see the title section. You tick the appropriate for Mr., Mrs. or Miss. If you have a different title like pastor or doctor, you can write it in the space provided. Okay, this helps the IRC know how to address you properly in their records. Okay, moving on to the next part, simply tick whether you are male or female. Okay, this is required for the record keeping. Then we have the date of birth. Write your full birth date in the format day, month, and year. Okay. Now there's also a box asking whether the date is approximate. Okay, this is useful if you're not sure of your exact birth date. But if you're sure, then just leave it blank or just tick the yes checkbox and move on to the next. Okay. Now next, write your place of birth. Okay, this could be your village, district, or town, and then your province or state of birth. Okay, this adds more identification details, especially for common names in large provinces like NCD or Highlands regions. Then you'll be asked to fill in your nationality. For most of us, For most of you, this will be Papua New Guinea. This tells the IRC which tax rules apply to you based on your citizenship. You need to enter your occupation, it means your current job or source of income. For example, you might be a farmer, carpenter, a consultant, or maybe you run a PNG. It helps the IRC know what kind of income you earn for tax classification. Okay, the next section is marital status. Tick the box that applies to you, whether you are single, married, divorced, or in a de facto relationship. Okay, this can help with family related declarations after. Okay, then we have there's a section for maiden name, mother's maiden name, mother's last name, father's first name, and father's last name. This is just for IRC's record. Now moving on, we have the section for contact details. So we start with phone number one. Okay, this should be your main contact, main active number. Okay, like a Digicel, Telecom, or B-Mobile. There's also a space for second number, which is optional but helpful if you have one. Okay, IRC may contact you through this number if they need to follow up. Okay, moving on, there's also a space for email. It's okay to leave it blank, but I recommend having one if possible. Okay, quick tips before we move on. Use a blue or black pen only. Write in capital letters and make sure your handwriting is clear. Fill in all yellow highlighted parts. These parts are required. Okay, if a section doesn't apply to you, write MA. Don't leave random marks or characters. Now that we've completed the personal details section, let's move on to the identification and address section of the TIN report. Okay, now this section is where you enter your official identification. You only need to fill in the documents that apply to you, not all of them. Okay, we'll start with the national ID card. The national ID card number. If you have one, write the full ID number, the date it was issued, its expiry date, where it was issued. If you don't have an ID, you can use other form of ID like passport, for example. Okay, next is the driver's license section. Only fill if you have a valid PNG driver's license number. Okay, where it was issued and the issuing authority. There's also a space for other documents. This could be your passport, student ID, or any valid form of identification. Just make sure to enter all relevant details. Okay, you'll see a simple yes or no question asking if you are a resident of Papua New Guinea. Tick yes if you live in PNG permanently or most of the year. Tick no if you live overseas. Okay, this helps the IRC know how to apply the correct tax rules to you. Now, moving on to the next section is the address section. Okay, now let's look at your home address. Okay, this is your physical address where you live. Fill in the section number and lot number if you know them. Okay, then write your street, suburb, your district, country, and city. Okay, this is important for official correspondences. Okay, next part is your mailing address. This is where you want to receive letters or notices. If it's the same as your home address, you can repeat it. Only leave it blank if not applicable to you. If you use a PO box, make sure to write that clearly along with the province and city or post office. If you live outside PNG, there's a section for foreign foreign address, or you write your country, city or post office and postal code. Only complete this if you are a non-resident of Papua New Guinea. Now to the bank information. Don't worry about this section if you don't have a business account yet. Next is the business information. The next you select how you earn your income. Tick the box that applies to you. Example, sole trader, second earner or partner in a business. If you are a sole trader, you'd be asked if you have employees and if you expect to earn 25,000 a year. Fill in your business address and the date your business started. Only tick importer or exporter if it applies to your business. That's it for the section. Now let's move on to the final part, the declaration and signature. Step, you simply confirming that all the information you've given is true and correct. Write your full name, sign and put the date. Make sure your signature matches your ID. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Your form is ready to submit. Okay, before you submit your TIN2 form, okay, make sure to attach the required documents. You'll need a copy of a valid ID like your NID card, driver's license or a passport. If you've registered a business name with the IPA, include a copy of your business name certificate as well. Okay, depending on your situation, the IRC may also ask for other documents, so it's good to double check before submitting. Okay, this attachment help confirm your identity and support your application. Once everything is filled and your attachments are ready, you can submit the form at your nearest IRC office. Some provinces may allow email submissions. I'm not really sure, so check with your local IRC branch. And lastly, there's no fee for applying, and once processed, you receive your TIN certificate. Usually the processing time is within 10 working days. Yeah. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to PNG Tax Facts, and share it with someone who might need it. Comment below if you have any questions, or let me know if you'd like me to cover other queries or how to file tax returns in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.